I love you guys. You subscribers are just flat out amazing people. Gentleman in that old binder there pulling that bull rack, he is a subscriber, and like you said, he goes, you probably forget my name, and I've already forgotten it, but I won't forget that truck. That's a beautiful truck. Man, I really like those. That is a sharp truck. All right, right now we are at the Sack and Fox Casino in Kansas. We are heading up to Sioux City, Iowa, where we will drop this trailer off, pick up a loaded one, and head for Elwood, Kansas. Come on, German, let's go. Let's go. We're gonna go across the road over here. Yeah. This is actually video start number 2. We started a video a little bit earlier when we were down just outside of Topeka, Kansas, and I can't do that to you. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Iowa actually had a school shooting. I know absolutely no details. I woke up, I seen the article because it was sent to me by multiple people that in Perry, Iowa, there has been a school shooting. They said there's been a fatality, which I'm assuming the shooter, they usually shoot themselves, and then multiple injuries. I know nothing more about it, but I went on like a 5-minute, not a rant, but just talked about it for a very long time at the beginning of the video, and I've decided I don't want to start the video like that. This isn't the news, I'm not the news, I don't have facts. But like I said, I love you guys, because I was down in the dumps when I woke up to that, and I still am. Thoughts and prayers to all those people involved, all those families, all those kids that are going to be traumatized because of one stupid person's decision. Here we go, I'm going on that same rant. But then I pull in here to the Sack and Fox, and I run into, holy smokes, I wish I could remember your name. Just another subscriber, an owner-operator pulling that bull rack. And, you know, just that little 5-minute chat. Of course, I did my normal. I get nervous and I talk too much. Just always realize either I'm talking too much or in my head I'm sitting there saying, don't talk, don't talk, don't talk. Just listen. Just listen. These people know everything about you because you're on YouTube. Learn something about them. We need to do that. Everybody needs to do that. I need to just stop and listen. Don't talk. Just listen. But it kind of just made me feel better. All right, I've been talking for 2 minutes. Let's go do some trucking. I love you too. Yeah. You only love me when the camera's on, Dad. Oh, really? Do we want to go there? Do we really want to go there? Okay, maybe not. Maybe I won't go there. The camera does like me though, doesn't it? Yes, it does. The camera loves you, and they love you. A lot of love going on, man. Like the 70s all over again. Peace. No, I wasn't born in the 70s, so I have no clue what it was like. I'm just guessing. Peace, love, not war kind of stuff, you know, hippies. Dude, that's not cool. This old girl has enough wiring issues. You go spreading that much freaking liquid acid or salt water, brine water, and it ruins my day. How do you not talk about it? That's all I can think about. That's it. Press release come out that it was a 17-year-old child, because yes, at 17 years old you're still a child, was the shooter at Perry High School. Or Perry School, not high school. He killed a 6th grade child. 6th grader. And I think wounded 5 others. One of them was a faculty member, which we can assume was a teacher. Anger sets in. You know, you watch the press conference and it's like, alright, so right away, I'm sad. A 6th grade child has lost his life. His or her life. We'll never get to do anything. Then your anger sets in. And the parents of that 17-year-old, the adults in their life, counting teachers, counting parents, family, need to be dealt with. At 17 years old, you don't think you're going to go walk into a school and just open fire with a 12-gauge shotgun. You walked into a school with a 12-gauge shotgun. The way it sounds, it wasn't sawed off. Oh, but he got a hold of the gun, Kurt. Guns are the problem. It's a 12-gauge shotgun. Most likely, it was a hunting gun. That's what 12 gauges are for, is hunting. So how do you not talk about that? That's all I can think about. There's a good chance I could delete all this, so I'm just talking to myself. 2 hours away from Mapleton, there where I live, they the school, our school, this is how small town Iowa is. The entire state, it's small town. The school put out a thing that said, we've all heard about it, local PD, one cop was at the school today just to make staff and students feel a little bit more comfortable maybe. And then one cop was at our other school, our district, Maple Valley School District. It's stretched out over 70 miles long, I think. 70, 80 miles long. So we can't cover it all, I guess. This is all I want to talk about it right here. I don't know. Wow, that pond is about completely dried up. Look at that. We've actually walked around there, not around it, but we've walked down in here around this pond. We're at a rest area here in Iowa, just north of Missouri Valley. That thing's about dried up. Pretty sure it'll probably be bone dry come next spring. We're just gonna let the German run around for a little bit, and then we'll get on our merry little way. Road's been kind of busy tonight. Well, you'd think it was a Friday night or Saturday night, and it's not. But I've told you guys in the past that Interstate 29 here in Iowa is quickly becoming like a Interstate 80 busy-wise. Just a lot of stuff moving. You know, Interstate 29 is a big thoroughfare, you could say, like to go to Canada, up and down. North-south interstate, and you can take it there near, I think you can take it all, yeah, you can take it all the way up to Canada. It just keeps getting busier and busier every year. That's good, right? Stuff's moving. Purely out of curiosity, man. Purely out of curiosity. Can you like smell like hold still. I'm trying to grab your snout. Hold still. Hold still. Can you like smell like 5 miles away? I just want to see that nose. I want to see that thing. You won't even let me. Come on. There you go. Keep the nose up. Come on, Ope. Put the nose up. Just walk around. Dad, leave me be. Fine. I will leave you be. Never have to worry about Opie there getting the proper exercise in, because like that shot you seen of me and Opie walking out into this grass and walking around a little bit, then it probably took walking around the truck 4 times just to get the camera to where you could look at me opening up a stupid folder, or turning the reefer down, or walking out here, and he is on my hip every ounce of the way. So he does get his proper exercise in. We've made it to Sioux City, Iowa. We've picked up our trailer. We've set our temp. We've checked our fuel. We've checked our tires. We've checked about everything else we need to check on the trailer. It's loaded up with 42,000 pounds of liver. I believe it was pork liver. We're giving another look-see when we get back in the truck. And it's bound for, well, I've only been there probably 20 times. How do you expect me to remember the name of this town? It's 1 mile from St. Joe, Missouri, right on the other side of the river. Elwood, Kansas. I knew I'd remember at some point or another. You're gonna have to trust me. I didn't look. I actually remembered. Those tandems are way too far forward. I know all the load is in the front of the trailer and there's not an ounce of it in the back, but if you leave those tandems that far forward, you're pretty much guaranteed, you're pretty much guaranteed one of the roughest rides of your, it's just not a smooth ride. So we're gonna slide those back a little bit, gain us a little bit of a smoother ride. That looks a little better. We'll throw the knob in, and that'll push those pins that hold that in. It'll push them out. And by the time I pull ahead and lock them in, it should be right centered. You'd think only 6 inches, maybe a foot would make that big of a difference, but it makes a heck of a difference on your ride. We're about 175 miles into our journey. We're just south of Rockport, Missouri. I remember when they made this rest area bigger, and I always imagined it, well, when they built it, I thought there's just no way, man, that truck stops or that rest area is ever gonna fill up. And it didn't. For a very long time, you could come to this rest area and always guaranteed a spot. Past few years though, she's been full to the gill every night. You also need to remember when they made this just remember that truck parking wasn't always such a huge thing as it is now. It wasn't always find a parking spot, die trying to find a parking spot, or figure out a place to whittle yourself into a little hole somewhere. It wasn't always like that. And when they built this place, it wasn't like that. So they were forward thinking. Forward thinking, or they knew exactly what was going to happen. Now we have a headlight to go fix. I know that wiring looks really rough, but it's not. That is some pretty solid wiring I did there. That wiring loom, or that, I'm sorry, that wiring connector there, it's where your headlights connect into your truck. It's just that three-way plastic prong that most of us have almost on every vehicle. Some vehicles screw on, these just plug in. I think I recorded it earlier about the trucks, those salt trucks. They're putting brine water on the roads, preparing it for a storm that's upcoming. I'm not a big fan of that stuff. I never really started getting really hardcore wiring issues until the brine water was brought to the salt belt here. When they were just throwing salt on the road, yeah, it was corrosive, but that stuff just seems just to chew straight through every ounce of wiring on this truck, and it did my old truck too. A few things you need to know if you're going to come to the salt belt is if you have plastic wiring loom around all your wires, it's that plastic tubing, or if you have black electrical tape wrapped around anything, you need to take all that off. Throw that all out. It's okay just to have bare wires showing. Not bare wires, of course, but you know what I mean. You need to get a nice bottle of dielectric grease and carry about 50,000 wire connectors with you. Those wire looms and that black electric tape, they just trap that salt in there and it just chews away at all your connections. So it's better just to use dielectric grease. It's almost as good as silicone, because silicone actually traps it in there too. So every once in a while I just put dielectric grease around my wires now. Between my old Freightliner and this truck right here, I believe that I'm becoming a pretty good electrician with wiring on vehicles. If you ask Dad, I'm not a good electrician on wiring my garage though. He's still got to do that, but we're getting there on the vehicles. We're almost to a professional status. We have about 63 more miles till we get there to Elwood, Kansas, and then we're going to park there for the night. We're going to go in, get unloaded in the morning, and then hightail it back for Sioux City. Improvised parking. I'm not too sure if I can park here or not. I only need them for about 3-4 hours. Place we're delivering's right behind our truck. There's no signs up. We haven't been down here enough to realize that that little truck stop that we sleep at, we've slept at twice. About 2 trucks and it's full. I pulled in front of their fuel tanks. You know those spots that say no parking? But I didn't go to bed or nothing. I just sat in my truck and was messing with the phone. About an hour later, half an hour later, in comes the fuel tank and he just flashed his headlights a little bit at me. I seen him behind me and I pulled out of there. I probably could go back there, worst case scenario, now that he's probably done fueling the place up, and then park there. I don't think anyone's going to bother us here. I'll have to let you know. Thoughts and prayers out to Perry. You guys, you kids, you guys don't deserve that. You really don't. You guys stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.